welcome back. All right, today I wanted to go ahead and share with you my nail polish collection storage. Back in October, I finally finished filming my entire collection series, and then I reorganized all of my nail polish. And I didn't film the process because it was just too complicated, and I just didn't have enough room in my closet to film. But I did film how everything turned out. I shared all the reorganization. And then since then, I've actually done more reorganization. And so I thought I would just refilm this video and then go ahead and upload so that you guys can see all of my organization to finish off my collection series. And then going into the new year, I will be doing my declutter series. And then I'm going to be starting a shop my stash series starting in January. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the cameras around and I'm going to show you all of my storage. All right, you guys, so like I said, we are in my closet and this is how I store all of my polish. I have 4 Helmers, and then the newest addition are these spinning nail polish racks. I got these on Amazon off of the recommendation of Carolina, and they are called Jack Cubes. I'll link them down below. So the 2 biggest things that I did with my storage is, number one, obviously the new towers. I pulled out all of my glitter toppers and then also my Never Naked polishes, and I put those on towers. And then the second biggest thing that I did is that I took all of my untrieds. They used to be, if you watch my entire series collection, you know that the last half of my series was doing all of my untrieds. So all my untrieds used to take up 8 drawers in the Helmers. And honestly, it was just making me very overwhelmed knowing that I had 8 drawers of untrieds. I was losing polishes. I didn't know where things were. I was having a hard time, finding what I wanted to use. Because although I initially would start off very organized, like, this is a green drawer of untrieds, slowly things just started trickling and, overflowing, and I just didn't know where anything was. So I decided that going into the new year after filming my series collection, I wanted to reorganize everything. I took all of my untrieds out and I put rubber bands on them, and then I commingled them with all of my other polishes in rainbow order, which is how I like to store my polishes, in rainbow order. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the towers. I absolutely love these things. I got my first tower, I want to say in the beginning of the year, or it might have been late last year. I started off with a 3-tier tower. Now these come in either 3 tiers or 5 tiers. And I started off with a 3-tier that I used for my Never Naked polishes. And then I had that tower on my bookshelf. Initially, before I did the reorganization, my Helmers were tucked very neatly in that corner, flush up against the wall. But the tower that I had would not fit on the Helmer, so I had my tower over there. And then when I decided to reorganize everything and realized that I wanted to have towers for all my glitters, I knew that they weren't going to fit on top of the Helmers. So I pulled the Helmers out and I put them along this wall. Now I do lose quite a bit of floor space because they stick out this much farther than the bookshelf. But in order to get the storage that I really wanted and to be able to utilize my polishes to the best of their capabilities, or, just to be able to use them the way I wanted to, I knew I needed to pull them out and put them up here. And I absolutely love it. Okay, so like I said, I started off with one 3-tier tower. And then I decided to get a second 3-tier tower that I had over here for my glitter toppers, not opaque glitters, just toppers. And then I very quickly realized that that wasn't going to be enough, and I got a second 3-tier tower. And then again, I decided that that wasn't enough and I wanted more glitter towers, but I didn't have room to store more than 3, and I had already bought 3 threes. So what I ended up doing is, little by little, I bought another 3-tier, I bought another 3-tier, till eventually I had bought 5 3-tier towers. And the nice thing about these spinning towers is that you can take the spinning base off, that white base, you can unscrew that and take it off, and then you're left with just a regular tier. And so then you can stack them. You can just combine them to be higher. So now I have 3 5-tier towers and I love it. Everything is exactly how I want it to be. I can see everything. I have all of my glitters out and I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this one. Okay, so we start at the bottom. We have my Glam Polish. And remember I said the rubber bands indicate that I haven't worn them yet. That I haven't worn them outside of swatching. You guys, I got so many comments during my untried videos that, well, the fact that you have a swatch means that it's not untried, you've worn it. But to me, untried means that I haven't actually worn it for more than 30 seconds while taking a swatch picture. It means that I've actually worn and enjoyed the polishes. But anyway, so the rubber band indicates that I haven't worn them yet. So I have my Glams, and then we go into my Fancy Gloss Iridescent Flakies. And then starting on the second tier, I've got my Shimmery ILMPs, and you can see I've worn most of them. And then we go into my ILMP Flakies, colored Flakies. And then we get into my metallic flaky toppers by ILMP. You can see I've, a lot of them are untried, but having everything out now where I can actually see all my glitters and my toppers means that I'll be able to wear them a lot more, and I'm really excited about that. Okay, and then I had a little bit of space left, so I just put my 4 Sally Hansen toppers. All right, and then going into the third tier, this is where I have all of my minis that I've decanted. Most of them are Rogue, not all of them, but most of them are Rogue. So Rogue, when they have their flaky bombs, the ones that come in the clear bases, although they're not like typically meant to be toppers, because they are in a clear base, you can wear them as toppers. But for me, they're a little too dense to wear as toppers the way I like to wear toppers. So I thin them out. I take the little mini bottles and I fill about halfway for the sparsity that I like. I fill about halfway, and then I fill the rest of the way with base. And then I just put a label on it so I know what it is. So like I said, most of these are my clear based Rogues. Not all of them. Like this is a Zoya where the bottle has shattered, and so I put it into a mini. And then like you just saw, that was a KB Shimmer. Have them in rainbow order. And then we get into my full-size Rogues that I have not thinned out. A lot of these are untried because a lot of them are new. I got during Black Friday in a D-stash, and then also from Rogue's website. I decided initially I was going to put all of my Rogues in the colored drawers, but I decided since I typically wear them as toppers, I'm just going to put them with my toppers. These are all the ones in the clear bases, by the way. And then we go into my iridescent toppers. And then the next tier, which I'm really happy about, are my Halloween toppers. I decided to pull out all of my top Halloween and Christmas toppers from the holiday drawers so I can have them on display. Because a lot of times, even though it's, you know, Halloween, I like to wear it outside of Halloween. Like for instance, this is just an orange topper, which I can use at any time of the year. And then going into the last tier, starting over here in rainbow order, I have my Christmas toppers. One is missing because it's in my Manny bucket for December. And then it ends with my silver holiday toppers. Now the nice thing about these towers is that you can utilize the top, so you can put more things on the top. Technically you could on the middle shelves as well, but it's not very practical because you'd have to reach in and it's just not practical. Now I will say really quickly about these towers, they are really nice. I like them. They are pretty stable, but you know, they are wobbly. Like you can see they wobble. I would not, you know, like accidentally like grab onto it and expect it to not fall. And you do have to be very careful when you're spinning it not to be too rough. But for what they are, I love them and I think they're really great. Okay, and then the second tower, start over here. Second tower, so I have on the bottom tier, I have my blacks and my black and whites and my gray. I only have one gray topper. And then we go into my whites, all my wintry whites. And then we go into my champagnes and my bronzes and my golds. And then the second tier, we start with my silvers. So all of my hollows, and then my kind of silvery flaky toppers. And then we get into kind of like just the wintry iridescent silvery type toppers, and then the chunky silver toppers. And then I had a little bit of space left, so I added the few multicolored rainbow toppers that I have. All right, and then starting on the third tier, I start Rainbow Order. So these ones, although they look like they're yellow, the shimmer is pink, and that's all you see on the nails is the pink shimmer. So I put those with my pinks. And I have a lot of pink toppers for someone that claims to not really like pink. And then I have my few red toppers, my like vampy fall reds. And then we go into my oranges and my yellows. And then on the next tier, we have my green toppers. And I love green. So I have a lot of green toppers. And then on the last tier, we've got my blues. A few blues, and then a few purples. All right, and then on my last tower, these are where I keep all of my Never Naked polishes. So starting over here, and for those of you that don't know, Never Naked is my own brand where I make and sell nail polish. So the bottom tier are all of my toppers. And then starting on the second tier, I have my holiday toppers because all my toppers wouldn't fit on the bottom. So I pulled out my Christmas toppers at the top. And then we go into Rainbow Order. My pinks, all of my reds, my oranges, my yellows, my greens. And then the next tier, start right here. We go into my blues, and then my purples. And then we go into all of my whites and my white crullies. And then the couple grays that I have and kind of like tans. And then we go into my blacks and then my gold and silver. And then on the fourth tier, we have all the polishes that I've made in the last few years and that I've tested and that I plan to eventually sell, but I just haven't put them in any kind of cohesive collection. And then on the very top, this is where I put polishes that I'm testing that I may or may not eventually sell. They're just in the testing phase. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the Helmers. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that we have more room to see. Okay, so when I started, I knew that I had 24 drawers, so I did kind of like a little rough edit of how I wanted my drawers to be. For instance, I knew that I would probably need 4 greens, 4 blues, 4 purples, things like that. So I started off, I gave myself 2 pink drawers, and I'm not going to go too deeply into what's in these because I did just film an entire series, entire collection series. I'm just going to quickly show you. But I have a light pink drawer. I have a ton of pinks, and I don't love pinks, so, or at least I say I don't love pinks. I don't know. I have a fascination with collecting pinks anyways. But I have a feeling when I do my declutter series starting in January that I'll be decluttering a lot of pinks. And then I have a lot of dark pinks. And both drawers are full, so I find it like crazy that I just have so many pinks. Okay, then I gave myself 2 red drawers, which I've never had before. So I have bright reds. And then I have dark reds, so these are all of my more vampy reds. Then initially I gave myself only 1 orange drawer, and everything fit in that orange drawer, but it was stuffed to the brim. I didn't have room for another single polish. So I ended up taking away one of my 4 blue drawers, and I gave myself a second orange drawer, and now I have 3 blue drawers. So I have a light orange drawer. Plenty of room to grow in there. Not that I want to be growing. The whole point of going forward into the next year and this year doing a low buy is that I don't want to be growing anymore. And then I have dark oranges, so all of my darker vampy fall oranges. All right, then I have 1 yellow drawer. Has all my mustards, and I'm starting to branch out away from mustards. with sunshiny yellows, so I have some sunshiny yellows in there. And then all of my mustards. All right, then we get into greens. I gave myself 4 green drawers. So the first one are my light greens, my mints. So like lighter grass greens and then all the minty greens. And this is stuffed full. I don't have room for any more in here. Okay, then I gave myself an entire drawer for olives, murkies, grungies, anything that you would call prugly, I put in here. And I love this drawer, you guys. Okay, and then the next drawer is for aqua and turquoise. This is stuffed to the brim. I have no room for a single polish, like nothing else will fit in here. Okay, and then the last green drawer are for dark green. So these are all of my like forests and, you know, darker Kelly greens, rich greens. Okay, then we go into blues, and I have 3 blue drawers. I started off light blues, icy, minty blues. So these are all of the lighter blues. Okay, then I have what I just call mid-tone blues. And then initially I had a 4th drawer that was going to be for all of my blue-leaning teals. And since I took away that drawer, I ended up just putting them in here. So I have all of my mid-tone blues, or like, yeah, my mid-tone blues, like cornflowers. And then I pulled in all of my darker blue-leaning teal polishes. And then the final blue drawer are my dark blues. And this one is, again, stuffed to the brim. And what's funny is maybe like 2 years ago, I only had not even 1 full blue drawer. And then slowly over the last 2 years, I've discovered that I really like blues, and I've just accumulated a lot of blues. Okay, and then I have 4 purple drawers. The first one is light purples. Okay, and then we have mid-tone purples. Then I gave myself a drawer for orchids, magentas, and berries. So anything that I look at and I say, is this pink, is this purple, it goes in this drawer. Anything that's kind of like in the middle of pink and purple, berries, anything like that, I gave them their own drawer, and I really like that now. And then the final drawer are dark purples. The final purple drawer, dark purples. All right, now going into the last Helmer, I gave myself a drawer for white and black. This is all my whites, including white Crowleys. Then I gave myself an entire gray drawer because I just love grays. Then I decided to give myself a brown beige drawer because I've started getting into browns this past year. Now, a lot of these are untrieds because I just recently started getting into browns, like I said, and so a lot of them I haven't quite worn yet. But I decided to give myself a full drawer, and I have plenty of room there. Then I have 1 silver and gold drawer, which honestly is not that full. I prefer my silver and golds to be toppers. I'm not that into opaque silver and golds. And in the future, I have a feeling like if for some reason I just need another drawer, I will probably end up combining the brown beiges and then the silver and golds. All right, and then the last 2 drawers, I have my Halloween drawer, minus all of my glitters, which I pulled out. And then I have a Christmas drawer. And as you can see, I clearly like Halloween polishes more than Christmas polishes. Okay, and then the last part is this bookshelf that I have. And in case you're curious, this is a 5-shelf bookshelf. I have some Disney stuff up there, some books. This is where I keep all my stickers, my nail polish stickers, and just various stickers. And then I have my perfume, and then more perfume. And then the last 2 shelves are for nail polish stuff. So I have this 3-drawer container. Top one is just for, you know, electronic stuff, plugs and cords, things like that. And then the bottom two are for polish. So I keep my cotton rounds, and then my acetone, and then these glitter clips for when I occasionally remove glitter with the clips. I have those. And then the bottom one is where I keep all of my swatch wheels. So anytime I'm coming up with combos, I use a swatch wheel. Sometimes I'll just come in here at night in my closet, I'll close the door and I'll come in my closet and I'll just start swatching combos, and I just love it. Then up here I have my rubber band, so anytime a new polish comes in going forward, I will just put a rubber band on it, swatch it, and then put it into the drawers. Then I have these, they're like, what are they called? Felt pads that I got with the intention of cleaning my nail polish bottles with, experimenting with it at least. I got these on Temu for, I don't know, like $2. I just haven't fully experimented with them yet. Then I have my nail bucket. So I keep my base coats, my top coats, all my nail filing stuff, and then my, toe separators for my pedicures. Then I have an extra container of cuticle oils and cuticle balms. Then I have these orange sticks that I got because of Krista. However, I'll be honest, since I got them, I haven't really used them yet. Okay, then down here, I keep any buckets for any videos that I need to record. So for instance, these are all of my November polishes that I wore that I need to record my November manis video. I just haven't gotten to it. And then these are my December manis. So anytime I wear a polish, I immediately put into the bucket. That way I can record my video whenever I get to it. All right, and then the final thing is my seasonal rack. So this is where I put all the polishes that I want to wear for the season. I do the collab videos with a group of people. We record our manis that we want to wear for the season, and then I will pull them out of my drawers. I will film my video, and then I will put them on this tower, and then that way I can see everything that I want to wear. These, for instance, are all my fall manis. These are the ones that I didn't get to, that I pulled for my fall rack. And then I try to use the front one for any manis that I have upcoming, like any twin manis or any manis that I want to get to, that I want to wear soon. I will put them in the front row. All right, you guys, that was everything. This is how I store my polish. I really love it. I'm happy with how everything turned out. I love having all my polishes commingled. I really think it's going to help me find what I have. It's going to really help me with my upcoming series that I want to do, with duping my stash more, or duping my wish list more. I'll be able to really find what I have, and I love seeing all my toppers. It makes me so happy because I just love them. If you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.